demographic challenges associated with population control policies outweigh the objectives intended of these policies. Analyze. So this was a question where I'm challenging whether the type of population control program Assam or Haryana or UP have been talking about, is that really the solution we should look forward to? So yahan par, okay. So when I say, now this see, one problem is that you should appreciate that we're talking about demographic challenges. It's very important. It is not same as economic challenges. Because see, the most common answer, or a common point I think you will write about is that it will lead to decrease of labor and therefore result in less economic growth. Now that is an economic aspect, no? I'm not saying that's wrong. Usko likhna nahi hai, wo nahi keh rahe. But demographic challenges is not always economic challenge alone. Okay, so I can see that problem. So you tell me now, when I say demographic challenge, what are those 4, 5, 6 points I can talk about? Demographic challenge in terms of okay, say maternal mortality. Okay, demographic challenge in terms child sex ratio. Demographic, okay, mortality in terms of your unaccounted, okay, child data. Okay, so it's possible that even the boy child can get disenfranchised. Okay. Okay, yes, demographic challenges related to nutrition and education access to, okay, bracket mein, unwanted children. Demographic challenges related to ethnic diversity. Yes, inequalities in cohorts, absolutely. Child sex ratio, okay, girl child nutrition, maternal mortality, unwanted, okay, child ka jo data hai, that will increase, okay, they will not capture so basically a type of disenfranchising the unwanted child. And if you disenfranchise the child, your nutrition and education access is a problem. Long term may, of course, okay, we can also have problems in, okay, the gender work participation. The number of children are less, girls are less. Okay, we'll have a problem in imbalance in the dependency ratio. So demographic challenge is not directly, okay, compromising demographic dividend alone. I hope you can appreciate this range now. And then you must explain, okay, maybe in 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Dependency ratio will become adverse. The marginalized communities, the tribal populations, and the minority groups, they will get more targeted. Okay? So long term mein, jo aapka demographic composition in terms of ethnic composition hai, that will get altered. Because most of these policies subconsciously are targeted towards some group or communities. It is not a blanket for all to probably comply. It's more likely that this policy, okay, is used against certain disadvantaged groups, ethnic minorities, okay, religious minorities, and even tribal societies. I mean, this will be one type of state, okay, sanctioned, okay, ethnic cleansing, okay, one type of state sanctioned, okay, ethnic bias implementation हो जाएगा ये वाला, more likely than not. Okay, these are the problems of demographic challenges. Ethnic behavior does not determine growth is our argument here. Okay, if growth of population is more related to socio-economic status rather than ethnic background. So I'm talking about the other dimension. What you are saying is exactly what we are fearing. Okay, we are fearing that it will get related to some ethnic groups or religious groups or linguistic groups. Okay, so you have your numbers with you. Now you can start discussion. Okay, so introduction. Okay, so recent times, there is a renewed a narrative around population size and population growth. States like Assam, like UP and Haryana have shown the intent to implement strict or stringent population control programs and limiting a size of family. Okay. Recent times, there is renewed narrative around population size and population growth. States like Assam, UP, and Haryana have shown the intent to implement stringent population control programs or policies that limit the size of the family. Okay. Now you tell me, what type of diagram can you show here? Or what type of sketch, what type of pictorial tool can you show here? States with high population, low population, regional disparities, TFR map, states, kuch to sketch the above. Okay. So it will, I mean, keeping the question in mind, what I would do if I was in your place, I would write down developmental problems. Food security, urban congestion, agriculture productivity decline, increased unemployment, constrained access to civic amenities, crowding. Okay, so what are the developmental problems? Food problems, urban congestion, problems of agriculture productivity decline, increasing unemployment. We have problems of restricted access to amenities. Okay, we have problems related to crowding. Okay, and we say perception that population size is the main cause. Okay, and probably I would put a cross here, and then I'll say actual cause is governance. Actual cause is historical and social inequalities. Okay, the actual cause is Okay, traditional technology and lack of innovation. Okay, improper urban governance. Okay, so I would make this into a schematic. Actual reason is environmental degradation. Okay, so ये आपके developmental problems हैं. Prejudiced mind would see this problem entirely because of size of population, or maybe uninformed. Like analysis is the problem is only because of size of population, but the actual cause is something else. You could also add corruption here. See, you cannot ignore perception. Does not mean that you make policies around the perception. Okay, so अगर ये perception आपको समझ में आ रहा है, then the government's or the institution's solution has to be to remove the perception, ना कि okay crystallize that further. अगर perception है that women are not strong enough, does not mean the government starts having programs that tells that yes, we must take care of the girl child and protect her and not allow her to get into jobs. Government's role has to be to dismiss the perception, no, and then do what is right. Okay, so you should not be furthering and strengthening their perception is what the argument should be. And इसमें कोई debate नहीं है. Okay, the debate है of a different kind. Data, all scientific numbers tells us the problem is here, not here. सारा data बता रहा है the TFR is declining. All data tells us it's going to be sharp decline across the country. Data tells us that the gender ratio is already skewed. Data tells us that there is a problem of of imbalance in terms of household access to amenities. इसमें तो कोई debate है ही नहीं. Like the debate is unnecessarily created. आपका problem यहाँ पर है. The political narrative is not necessarily what is always the right narrative. आप इसको कितना लिखना चाहोगे, that's your choice. But if a question is asked like this, देखो अगर ये question पूछेगा, then 100% the expectation that you have to write on these lines. But जहां पर direct नहीं पूछा है, that I told you that don't bring in the states because why would you want to get into a trap? But this question demands that you discuss it on the basis of the wrong perceptions. Okay, so this is your diagram. Then we'll talk about the present realities. I'll have a heading now. Now, यही challenge है कि आपका answer का subheads क्या होगा. So one subhead is the present reality around population growth rates and TFR decline. So quickly one paragraph how National Health and Family survey क्या बता रहा है. The discuss right now. The TFR has declined. Southern states has replacement level. Even UP has declined. Bihar has declined. We have declined even the tribal pockets. The birth rate has controlled. So a good paragraph on that this is the present status of our growth rate and TFR. India probably is moving towards stabilization by 2030. So very much on the lines of what we wanted. In fact, to some extent, ये unexpected रहा हमारा. We were not anticipating such a rapid decline in TFR. और ये तो official data and numbers tell us. So this is one heading. A second heading will be we have now the demographic problems. If population control policies are implemented as dramatically or as coercively, क्या problems होंगे. Now you will bring in this range of your points, what it does to अब इसको ऐड कर दो, मैटरनल मोर्टेलिटी एंड विमेन एंड गर्ल चाइल्ड का एक पॉइंट बना दो आप. ओके, इट इंपैक्ट्स जेंडर इश्यूज, वन डिस्कशन. इट इंपैक्ट्स एक्सेस टू बेनिफिट्स, एक पॉइंट बन जाएगा. ओके, एथनिक डाइवर्सिटी चैलेंज कुड बी वन पॉइंट, एंड डिपेंडेंसी रेशियो can become adverse in the long run, can be another point. So 4 broad heads. So women issues, club them together. So my headings will be, what are the problems? Number 1, gender issues and increasing discrimination against the girl child. Okay, जितनी भी unwanted pregnancies होंगे, I won't be surprised if female feticide increases dramatically, and data tells us that if you are going to stop. So remember, all of this problem tab ho raha hai if population control is very stringent without a social and attitudinal change. See, we are not against controlling the numbers, but controlling the numbers very, very aggressively without a commensurate change in the attitudes, change in our preferences. It's something like, it is nice to be slim and healthy, but not drastic dieting, which can impact your overall health. It's nice to be muscular and healthy and strong, but not drastically by having steroids and protein supplements. वही फर्क की बात कर रहे हैं हम. It's nice to exercise and do weights, but not suddenly. कि आपने आज तक कभी नहीं किया, शाम को जाके उठा लिया 15-20 weight, and you have got muscle tear and stress fracture and slip disc, and you're destroyed. So that's the issue here. So if we want to control numbers, it's a nice idea, but not without taking care of the social and the attitudinal aspects where you continue to be biased against the girl child. So this is one. Second problem, like the way we discussed, talk about that. What happens to the disenfranchised children? What happens to them? I mean, parents officially can decline that they have more than 2 children or more than 1 children. Typically, which has happened for China. We have seen the problems in China. This third child will be denied health, free education, denied access to PDS. And the poor people will suffer the most. The worst part is that जिसको benefits चाहिए, actually they are the ones who will be impacted. So that's a demographic problem, that it's like data में missing numbers आएगा आपका. Third problem, talk about the ethnic issues. So 4-5 points, and finally the conclusion. Finally, talk about the conclusion. Therefore, while India does have a problem of population resource balance, India does have problems of food issues, crowding, problems related to out-migration. The solution cannot be in terms of dramatic control of population size and more education, awareness, which has yielded results for us, is a bit more sustained long-term population welfare policies rather than control, जो आपका typical emergency mindset को revive कराते हैं. You talk about now deliberate management of the quality of the population rather than being obsessed about the numbers. So you'll talk about development in terms of social well-being, development in terms of a rights-based approach, development in terms of gender parity, and so on.